In the meantime, I have removed all of my objects, and now I would like to show in practice some of the functions that we have learnt in combination. So to start with, I would like to write a new text. To do this, I go to the T symbol, and now I have my text cursor that I can move. And here, I will simply write Arctic Ocean. And so this will be my text block. Now I will use the template that we created previously, the Arctic style template. And so by double click, I will use it on my text block. In doing so, we might notice something. QuickTitler has, when saving the text style, stored the text size, but not the adjustments we created here to the size. This means that if I wish to have it larger still, I have to adjust my text block manually. And to do this, I'll straight away specify fixed aspect ratio so that the aspect ratio stays the same when I do enlarge it. I'll make the font a little bit larger and position it here. Now I would like another text block. I'll go back to the T symbol, and here at a different position I'll create it. And this one I will call Sailing Tour 2011. This should be a little bit smaller. I'll adjust the size. And so that the text is differentiated from the background somewhat, I'd like to place a graphic beneath each one. And to do this, I go to the tool for rectangle. I'll keep my left mouse on it until I can choose this round-cornered rectangle. So I'd like to use this one. And now the first thing I will do is create a rectangle in the right size for my Arctic Ocean. Color and style are not so important for the minute. I just decide whether the size is correct. I'll place it in the background with the function move to far back. And what might look quite good is if this graphic block runs completely to the edge of the screen here. And if I do this, then I can see that the corners of my rectangle have been distorted somewhat and have got strange angled corners. The corners are basically set up for the original size. And the moment I start adjusting this graphic, the corners become distorted. This means that if I want to have a rectangle with rounded corners in this dimension, then I should create a new one in the correct size. And I'll do this now. I'll go here to the far right of the screen. And now we can see that these corners are correct. I'll remove the first one, as I would like to use this second one. And the size appears to be correct too. What I don't like is the presentation of the graphic, in particular the texture that is used as a fill. And to do this, I'll create my own design. The first thing I'll do is go into the Object Properties and deactivate the Texture File function. I don't really want a texture here. I also don't want a border, so I'll deactivate that. Shadow, I'm not sure, but I'll deactivate it for now. And the other functions I don't need either. I just want to use one color. And the color I want to use, I'd like to choose with the pipette. So I'll go here to color, and as we have learned previously, as soon as I go to the pipette, I can select a color from the Edius preview window. I'll go here to color, then on the color picker. Now I can choose a color from the clouds. I'd like to use this color. I might wish to have it a little bit darker so that the text stands out a little bit more. So I'll go back into color and I'll adjust the brightness of this color. I'll bring the QuickTitler back up. And now that I have adjusted the background graphics brightness, I can adjust the transparency. perhaps like this. And this style, I'd like to save it now. So, with the right mouse button here, I go into the Style library and save as new style. And I'll call this Arctic Background. Now, I'd like to create a new background graphic, one that is relevant to the second text block, Sailing Tour. So, I go back to the round-cornered rectangle. It's on top of the text for the minute, so I'll use the function move to far back. And now I can start to arrange everything somewhat better. I'll blend in the control lines here, and the Arctic Ocean section is placed quite well, but I would like to have it in the middle of the screen. So I go to the function that centers it in the screen. However, I'll center it horizontally rather than vertically. Now it's centered horizontally. I'll also center the Sailing Tour horizontally. I'll move it upward slightly, however, using the arrow key. And I'll also do the same thing for the background graphic. Obviously, this is to taste. I could also center the text, but I don't wish to do so. I'll keep it like this. I'll blend the control lines out, and what we could imagine is that we'd like to add some further sections. I'll simulate this by writing another text block. Stop over 1, for example. This is much too big, so I'll make it somewhat smaller. And I'll also copy it. Paste. And now I have this text block twice. I'll paste again, and I have it 3 times. And now, of course, I could change the text. I'll double-click or select with the text tool, go in here, and I'll make this one stop over 2. And double-click, stop over 3. How I wish to arrange these is up to me, of course. One possibility would be that I give them the same distance from each other. This would be with this function, align at right and left. And now they are placed at an equal distance from each other horizontally. Then maybe align to top. And so they are all on one line. That would be one possibility. Another possibility would be that I free it up somewhat by shifting them from one another. So I'll mix them up somewhat. And I'll mark them together. And now the first thing I'll do is align to right and left. And now the text blocks are spaced evenly in a horizontal plane. Now I'll press somewhat longer here, and I'll choose align at top and bottom. And now they are also placed at the same distance from each other in the vertical plane. And in doing so, they are spread out over the screen somewhat. And this entire graphic block, so these 3 text elements together, I'd also like to move this. And then, for example, I can say that they should be centered horizontally. Now, they are also in the middle of the screen horizontally. We might not have thought this at first. If I had tried to move them there myself, it would have been very hard and very easy to fool ourselves that we were in the right position. It's better that I use these functions here, as in doing so, we know that my text blocks are really placed in the middle of the screen. So that's the first example. I'll take these 3 text blocks out again, I'll mark them, and I'll use the delete button.